Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. Returning to you this early evening for a review, a TV show review this time for The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 6 review that I got a chance to watch for myself, see what I was going to think of, let you know what I watched and all that for this almost hour length episode. So I'm going to discuss what I watched for Season 2, Episode 6. It is a flashback episode. It's like showing a past event before getting into the present for what's to come for the final episode of Season 2, which I believe the final episode's next Sunday for Season 2, and then we'll get more in Season 3. But honestly, I'll let you know what I thought of this episode overall, so let's dive into this review. Now, basically, it brings back Pedro Pascal in this one, but it's only a flashback. It's Ellie kind of remembering things or reminiscing on things because of how much she misses Joel, and he was a big part of the show, and it's a shame we're not going to be seeing him in the show anymore. Due to the fact that they killed his character off in the second episode of Season 2. So from what I've seen with this one, it got a few things right for the episode, but they kind of rushed it a little too much with this, and I understand why, because they wanted to make sure everything fit in an almost hour length episode, but not everything could fit. A lot of things got cut for this episode. Technically, I think this episode should have been at least an hour and 15 minutes or so. And most of the episodes should have a little bit more length to it, but they don't. And I don't know why. I think they're rushing it a little too much with Season 2. I mean, it's solid, but it's not great. There are some problems with Season 2. But this one, they didn't do a bad job with this episode. At least they tried to stick by with what it's going for, but they did change a lot of things up. They never I think they went into more depth about the character Eugene. So he gets more. You see him in this episode, and I guess he got infected, and he said the last thing I wanted to see was my wife before you had to execute me, which means kill him because he got bit by an infected. And Joel said, "Close your eyes and let me know what you see." And he saw her, and then he shot him. So he promised Ellie he wouldn't do that, but he lied. So basically, there were a lot of things with the characters Ellie and Joel that were having like this kind of falling out in their own way, and they were basically Ellie was not trusting him too much to do the right thing and to do what she feels was the right thing, and that's why she got upset with Joel, and then told the truth to Gail, Eugene's wife, in this film. So, in this show, of course. But overall, the flashback stuff that they showed with her going to space, making her think she's going to space and all that, and like the space shuttle and all that. So, they got some things right with the museum thing, but they didn't go into more depth with it a little more, because when you play the game, you see a lot more than you think. There's more stuff that they explain about in this episode. Well, not this episode, but they go in a little more depth of some characters that were never introduced and some characters that were. But execution-wise, I think this episode was good. It was a good episode. Like, almost a pretty good episode. They did a few things right, but they got some things wrong, where Ellie didn't find out in the game. It was 2 years before in the game that she found out who killed the Fireflies. And it showed when that for the first episode, you think she's walking away into her bedroom, which is the shed of the house or whatever, the garage or whatever, but she basically goes back to Joel, and then it shows that little scene where she says, "Lie to me again about the Fireflies. We're done." So she wanted him to know about that. She wanted to know what happened to the Fireflies, and Joel had to tell her. So basically, from what I've seen with episode 6, for the second to last episode of this season, it's a solid episode. It's not one of my favorites, but I think somewhat they've been messing up a little bit with the show. They've been rushing it a little too much, and that's what I don't really like about how they're rushing the story a bit too much. You gotta go into more depth with what is being told from the game. Gotta go based off the game, not cut things out, and try to go by that. And if you can't, don't try at all. So that's what I'm very disappointed with this season. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. It's a good season, but it has its problems. But if I were to give episode 6 its deserved score, an 8.25 out of 10 is going to be deserving for it. It's a little bit above good, but it's not the best episode. There were some things that were cut out, things that were changed, and all that I didn't really appreciate. But when I played the game or watched the gameplay, it never did that stuff. So, yeah. Episode 7 is going to be interesting. The season finale. And then we're going to get season 3 in the next 2 years. So, we got to wait 2 more years to find out what happens. So, other than that, we're not going to be seeing what happens to Abby and her other friends till like season 3. So, we'll just see what happens. But 8.25 out of 10 for Last of Us Season 2, Episode 6. Hopefully you enjoyed this review for this TV show review, and thank you guys for watching.